So fascinating book, The Hebrew Talisman. I'm going to be looking over here at my notes, and let's go. This thing was originally written around 1836. So according to the Theosophical Society, they said, according to our internal research and evidence, we believe that it was written around 1836. Now, the author is unknown. Okay, if one of you guys find the author, please let me know. That is something I really would like to find out. I think that the Warburg Institute has the original copy, as well as another copy is with the Rothschilds archives. They obviously have it, but no one is saying who this original author is. But within the book, this author gives himself the title, The Wandering Jew. The Wandering Jew. Side note on that is the idea of this Wandering Jew. I did not know this until I looked it up. There's a major legend about the Wandering Jew that had been going on for centuries. And this book is based on that legend, okay, at least who the author is, unless you believe that the Wandering Jew is actually a real entity, a real spirit. But here's just a brief side note on what that is. The Wandering Jew was a Jew who taunted Jesus while he carried his cross upwards on the hill of Golgotha, so going to his crucifixion. And so he was then cursed to walk the earth, not Jesus, but the Jew, was then cursed to walk the earth until the second coming of Christ. And you'll find throughout this book that he hates the biblical phrase, occupy until I come. Now, we Christians, we look at that verse, occupy until he comes or until I come, saying you must occupy, you must take up your space, you must do the Great Commission until I come. The Wandering Jew said that was meant for him, being you have to occupy this space in misery and toil until I come back, which is strange because it's kind of like the way the Talmud views Jesus is the same way the Wandering Jew and the same way this book, The Hebrew Talisman, looks at Christ. It lends him power. It lends him a magical, mystical kind of power because he was a student of rabbis, but it also believes that he was a deceiver, that he was a spirit that no one should follow. A mythical, immortal man whose soul inhabits various Jews in this book deemed to be worthy of guiding history toward eventual Jewish supremacy upon the earth. All right, that's in the Hebrew Talisman. Now, this book was discovered in the personal effects of Nathan Rothschild, the famous Jewish London banker. He was easily the wealthiest man in the world at the time, and he was the most wealthy and shrewd of the 5 sons of Amschel Meyer Rothschild. I think I'm saying that name right, but that was the original Rothschild that had the money lending house in Frankfurt. I believe it was Frankfurt, Germany.